Miiverse, I know you've been flashing just because I've been posting about Xenoblade 3D lately. Yes, I'll get back to you on that. Eventually. Hello there everybody and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, last time, we entered the Shadow Temple and got ourselves hover boots, which will allow us to walk short periods of time throughout the air. And we proceeded on through the Shadow Temple in hopes of finding the Shadow Sage, Impa, to help her defeat that monster. As I forgot to mention, we're going to the Shadow Temple for a reason, folks. Not to solve puzzles or anything like that. No, it's to help her defeat the monster. It's to help her defeat the monster, Dad. Once again, I find myself slipping into my inner Joel because, you know, Vine Sauce Joel is the best. So anyway, this next room right here, you're gonna need your iron boots for this. This is probably like the only time ever you're going to need the iron boots. Because, well, this part of the dungeon contains, well, fans that will blow very strong winds. And, well, obviously there are other methods of doing this, like, well, waiting until the proper time to wait for the fans to die out. But obviously the iron boots is probably your better alternative to this. Because, well, the iron boots make you so heavy that you'll be resistant to winds. So, that will happen. I wonder if I can actually just make this dungeon like the iron boots length, so that I can just do the iron boots. Jeez. I'm fighting while I'm in the iron boots. This is epic, right? Like, this is epic. Like most people often say back in the 2000s. But whatever. Here, I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. That's what they are saying. Yes, that's what they all are saying. Yes. That's what they all are saying. Oh god. Yes, that switch right there, that eye switch right there will actually shoot you with fire. So, yeah. Be mindful of that. Anyway, this next room is kind of simple, but at the same time it's not. Because, well, it actually involves putting bombs on things and more invisible chests, quite obviously. So not only will you get the small key, which you will need, key design, but also to kill Gyptos. Hello. I'm about to slice it. There. And I'm about to slice it. There. Yep. Kind of funny how they freeze you in midair just for that. Like, just for that. Honestly. Like, it's weird. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't care about that. I care about blue rupees. Why do they give you so many rupees in this dungeon? Like, okay. So here's the thing about rupees in this game. So once you get the Giant's Wallet and you have like 500 of them, rupees become sort of inconsequential. Like, honest to God, they don't really mean anything as of right now. Well, just in case you decide to buy, some potions or some fairies or whatever. Or just in case you need another Deku Shield for whatever reason. Like, rupees become completely inconsequential. Like, you don't really need them at all. Like, throughout the rest of the game. Because, well, the game gives you plenty of stock of, disposable weapons and all that stuff. So, that's why my rupee count has been like 500 for like the longest time. Like, seriously. That's what it's been like. All this time. All this time. Okay. So, anyway, pushing that block over there, not only will it lead us to, well, not only will it give us a little bit of a shortcut back to the beginning of the Shadow Temple, but you can also see that, well, this is that very same fairy that we saw before. So, now we finally made it here. But before we go ahead and set sail... wait, hold on. Shouldn't there be like a sign or something? No? Okay. There shouldn't be a sign, but... yeah. That's weird. I could have sworn there was like a sign or something telling you about the fairy. But whatever. Speaking of that, Navi is actually flying over to that spot way over there, where the Skulltula is. So, that means, Scarecrow time. So, now that we have Pierre over there again, kind of wish they would allow you to target the Scarecrows, but no, they don't for some weird reason. So, now that we have that done, can we kill it? Yes. Kill it with a straight up attack. And destroy the Skulltula in the process. Now, I'm actually kind of worried that I'm missing a Skulltula. Like, I'm not really entirely sure, but I think I've got them all at this point. I may have to check my phone just in case, well, you know, I miss it, but whatever. But whatever. I'll go back for it, like, if I miss it. In fact, actually, just in case, because we won't be able to return here after we use the ferry, I'm going to get up Farore's Wind so we can easily go back to the beginning of the dungeon, just in case. So, with that, Farore's Wind will be over there, and now we can easily just climb up back to the beginning of the dungeon. Okay, so, again, there should be a sign right here, but there isn't. But whatever. Anyway, we can clearly see that there is a Triforce on here. And you know what that means? Zelda's Lullaby time. Again, just in case you see a Triforce anywhere on the floor, use Zelda's Lullaby. It helps. A lot. Because Zelda's Lullaby is such the omnipotent, song in the game. But now we use the ferry to, well, fly on air, I suppose. But our journey is interrupted by Stalfos, which, you know, we can easily defeat with the Biggoron sword. It's not really going to be that. I'm not going to be using the Biggoron sword for the entirety of it. I'm just going to use it until we get to the boss. Just because, well, I want to deal with this rather quickly and efficiently. So we can deal with this dungeon in like 2 videos, am I right? Oh, and also as a preemptive warning, if you fall off the ferry, you're gonna have to, well, get back on the ferry and use Zelda's Lullaby again to get on the ferry. And journey all the way over here. Trust me, in practice, I learned the hard way. So you can basically just get off the ferry at this point. You're basically done using it. Right here. Oh, I just threw up a bit in my mouth. Link, the ship is sinking. Abandoned ship, get on a safe platform. And then it dies forever. The end. The end. So, might as well, while we're here, might as well do this. Get this thing going. And as you can also see right there, we have a door that we need a key into. That we need to key. Yep. A door that we need to key. So, what we need to do is, we need to go in this room right here. And for whatever reason, I always get confused with this room. I have no idea why, but I always get confused. Because you can't just simply, you know, pass by through this room. Because there are invisible walls everywhere. Yes, every single where there are invisible walls. So, once again, the Lens of Truth is indeed, you know, kind of sort of necessary for this room. But, whatever. Anyway, the walls are closing. The walls are closing. 3PO, shut down all the main reactors. Never mind. I can just have fire anyway. I have the power of fire. So, by using Din's fire, you can basically wow. Okay, I actually forgot that little detail. Okay, so that little detail right there, if you somehow burn any sort of redeads, they'll actually be on fire and they will be unperturbed by it. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's so creepy. Like, they just stand there and take the fire, like, ugh. Like, seriously. Anywho, boss key in this room, and also in this chest. And also in the other chest is another rupee, of course. Like, we need any more. Like, honestly, we need so much more rupees. It's like, we need the money. Like this video if you want Link to get all the rupees in the world. Like, seriously. Anyway, this room is not really required, but it's more or less required if you want 100% because there's another Skulltula that's here. And also, this room contains something fun for you should you decide to stick around. And oh, good. Alright, good. That means we got every single Skulltula in the Shadow Temple, so that's good. But anyway, now more or less on the topic of this room. So this room has rotating skulls, and basically just like that one room before, where you have the giant skull and you have to put the bombs inside of it, you're going to want to put bombs in the skulls so that you can get some rather neat little bonus things for your little journey. You know, just in case you need them. You don't necessarily need to do this, but I might as well show this. So if you break all the skulls, you'll get so many rupees. I don't need them, but you'll get so many rupees. Like, there's possibly, like, over, like, 50 of them. Like, over 50 rupees. Yes. Getting that money, even though you don't really need the money. You still need the money. Alright, so now last room in the rotation is this one. Where you have an invisible enemy. Yup. You're basically fighting an invisible floor master here. Just like my real life. And just basically just kill all of them with the spin attack. It's not really that hard. Okay, now it's the point. Now is the point where I must drop the Bigoron sword because the game has already become too easy as it is. Plus, we already, like, basically cleared the Shadow Temple at this point out of everything. So, we're gonna need to just get out of here quickly while using the Master Sword in the process. Okay, so now we have, you know, to go back to this room. Please let this be the right. I think this is the right one. Thank God it is. Yeah, I always get confused with that one room because I'm always thinking to myself, did I enter from the right room or did I enter from the left room or at least the top room? It's weird, but I don't know. It's something that always confuses me and only me. I swear it is. But, you know, it's whatever. It's just one room. It's nothing really to deal with. Anyway, you might think that, you know, Navi's signaling you to use the Scarecrow song, but that's actually not true. What Navi is signaling you for you to do is to use the Song of Time to climb up on this boulder or this blue time of stuff block thing. And Navi is really signaling you to use the Scarecrow song here. So, I had to make sure I played this very carefully without screwing up. And with that, that will be another Pierre thing that we can do. Another Pierre thing that we can do, yeah. Just one more Pierre thing to do. Yeah. And that will get you some recovery hearts. Nothing really too special, but hey, every bit of hearts help when it comes to this sort of thing. Every bit helps. And also, you're gonna need that every bit of magic. Alright, so last room. Invisible everything. And that means invisible things. So this room is just basically more or less about figuring out what the heck you're supposed to do in order to cross to the path to the boss. But fortunately, I have the path down pat. Because, well, I'm a master. I don't need to do anything else. No siree. And that one treasure chest can just go die. It's probably just like another just rupee thing or something. But Charlie, you're supposed to be doing 100% on this. This is not 100%. Well, if that treasure chest is just more rupees, then I do not care. Let's just get on with this. the Phantom Shadow Beast, Bongo Bongo. Because he's drumming. Plus his voice is pretty cool. Anyway, there's actually a few ways that you can do this. By the way, here's his bio. Boss of the Shadow Temple, revived from the well. Look at it with the eye of truth. So, we're going to need to do something about Bongo Bongo's hands here. Well, there's actually a couple of methods that you can do. One that I actually discovered in practice. So, one thing that you can use is your arrows. And by the way, as he's punching you, you can't actually stun his hand. But one thing that you can use is your hook shot. Yes, you can actually use the hook shot in order to stun him. And can I? Yeah! You can actually use the hook shot to also stun him whenever he's charging at you, whenever you stun both of his hands. So that's a pretty neat tactic for you to do. Just use your hook shot just in case, well, you don't have any more arrows. But that's the thing. You can easily run out of arrows in this fight. Just in case you love shooting things. And, well, you know, stuff. Oh, I can't do that. Man, I can't use that tactic to crouch and attack all at once. Basically, the Zelda 2 attack. I can't use the Zelda 2 attack. Okay, here we go. Just untarget him and just do this. Poke, 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 poke. Okay. So other than that, Bongo Bongo doesn't really do all that much. He does have attacks should you not like destroy both of his hands, like he'll clap his hands together like that. There's a lot of these hand bosses that will do that in a lot of games that have that. Mainly just Nintendo ones, like Mario 64 with that one desert boss, Andross, another sort of Andross, and also Ocarina in Star Fox Assault. But anyway, another pro tip that you can do in this fight is, well, to stand on the very edge. That way you won't be easily bounced up by Bongo Bongo's drumming. Expert drumming. Because he's an expert at drumming like that. So, yeah, that's the one thing about this fight. If Link's up in the air, you can use his arrows, but if you're using the hookshot method, you can't actually use the hookshot in order to stun him whenever he's up in the air. But other than that, this boss fight is really particularly easy. And he goes crazy. He'll like bang his hands like he is a child or something. He's like, I am going to kill you. Also, that thing is also his head is very long. Like, I didn't mention this, but his head is like very long. It's like Doug Dimmadome in a way, you know, with his crazy long hat that goes up into the sky. I feel like Bongo Bongo's head just goes up into the sky. But anyway, that will about do it. That is the Shadow Temple in a nutshell. Very creepy atmosphere, very creepy music. Gotta commend it for, you know, its darker tone. And a pretty cool setup for a pretty cool boss fight. Even though it's particularly easy. But anyway, with our heart container contained, that is 18 hearts. Only 2 more to go before we get 20, and we can get out of here via Final Fantasy Crystal. Oh hey, it's that man lady that I never knew was a lady as a kid. The boy with the noble Zelda's ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I'm Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon, you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she'll explain everything. That is when we, the 6 wise ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. You know, even though we were told that, Impa was indeed the Shadow Sage, Impa being that sage, it makes sense. It really does. Please look out for the princess. And with that being said, the Shadow Temple is done. We have defeated that evil monster and returned peace to Kakariko Village. Again. Hopefully Kakariko will be more careful next time. Also, these medallions, they're cool, but they're plot MacGuffins. They're kind of plot MacGuffins in a way, like, I don't know. Anyway, one last thing that I wanted to mention before we move on and end the video is, well, that long shot method. Well, I didn't necessarily explain this when we get the long shot, but I just did the cheap and easy way to get up to the rooftop to see this guy for the heart piece. The real way you're supposed to do it is by using the long shot in order to, well, get up on the roof. So, yes, he's telling us to use C up to look around. And you know what? It's really nice. That building was also on fire. So, it shouldn't be able to be entered and exited anymore, but whatever. Video games. Video game logic. But anyway, actually, that should be... No! Wow! There's a lot more there's actually a lot more, like, Skulltulas and Kakariko Village than I thought. Alright, so before we forget anything else, we are done here. So, next time on Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we're going to see what happens next. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.